Okay, I admit that I have an issue, and it's I struggle with learning lessons and understanding signals from the universe sometimes. Like, you get to see where things appear in sequence in a very short amount of time. Like, you see 11:11 and another synchronicity, and you're thinking about a specific subject that only you know, because you only know your brain. And it's like that, a reminder that pay attention to what you're thinking. So in my case, I ask God for understanding on what's supposed to be my next steps. And when I did, like, things started showing up, like, for instance, Substack, and I've been posting ever since. And after, I'm leaving my creativity run free and do these things that I just instinctually know how to do, like, other things start opening up. Like, I thought of doing this kind of podcast because I was constantly putting myself out there, because I felt the call and I listened to it and I started executing on that. So when you start following your intuition and your own understanding on things, um, you eventually get to see how the next step makes sense. And you don't even have to question yourself on what it is, because it just happens. But we tend to want to control the outcome, and I do have that issue. I want to know if it's true that that is possible. At this point, it's none of my business if it's possible or not. I am learning to be happy with the fact that I'm doing my best every day. And if that is not enough, that doesn't define if I am not enough. It doesn't define my self-worth. Like, I am not what I create. What I create is obviously a reflection of me, because it's coming out from me and from my experience and my output, but it doesn't really define me as a person. It doesn't say if I'm a good person or if I'm a bad person. And if I know that that doesn't affect me in that aspect, I can emotionally disconnect from the pressure of looking perfect all the time. Okay, if it's not perfect, at least it's done. At least it's completed. I'm focusing more in completing things, although they are imperfect, because I guess that the next one will be better, because that's what we learn. We learn by doing, by moving the hand, by speaking, by dancing, by practicing, by studying. There's everything that you might ever want. It's gonna have a price tag. You're gonna have to pay for it. There's the strongest currency is always going to be money and time. Look at money. Fuck that. Nah. Money is a thing to have that makes life easy, but it's not it. And I live my entire life believing otherwise. Believing that money and having and doing and showing up, all my value will actually make me be loved or appreciated. Now, who gives a shit? Like, you like me or not, this is who I am. I'm not going to try to change it, because it's very painful to live in a place where you don't accept everything that you are, good or bad. It's a very scary place to be in, where you can do a lot of crazy shit. And I don't desire that for anybody. Live from a place where you know who you are, and that is enough. That should be enough. Focus on your own thing and what's gonna make you stronger mentally. Be disciplined. If there's something that you wanna do, start respecting yourself and show up. Changing the subject a little bit, I take private voice lessons once a week for 45 minutes. And I've been wanting for God to give me an opportunity to implement more voice lessons with my teacher during the time, that I actually can afford more. So, because I'm doing a sacrifice to already pay for the one that I am taking out. So I can. It's not. It's not logistically. It doesn't make sense to me for me to do it at this time because of money. So I'm putting that in God's hands. But I decided, from my own judgment, to look for songs that are more difficult than my current level. And I got the music sheets by myself, and I started to listen to these amazing pieces that I'm trying to hash on. And I have been learning so much of my voice, of my instrument, the more that I've been practicing. um, I even see myself looking for different things on the videos when I'm looking at them, and when I'm listening to the music I listen to the details different. And I'm learning to make the music more cursive, if you know what I mean. It's like make it all connected and make it like clean and make sense. And it's incredible that because I chose to get these three difficult pieces that are way like outside of my range, I'm learning so much. So if I would have stopped a few weeks ago with the fear that I wasn't really enough and that my voice wasn't really that good, I wouldn't be mentally where I am today, where I do feel like I can do something with it. Like I am seeing the potential on how good my technique can get. And learning a musical instrument, it doesn't matter if it's voice, if it's piano, if it's the guitar, it requires you to show up every day. If you suck, you have to suck it up and keep practicing. And at some point in the far future, or not so far distant, you might be able to achieve mastery. It's not even perfection, because you will never be an artist. As an artist, I don't think you can ever be perfect, because you're still learning constantly. If that's me with less than a year taking voice lessons, then my mindset has switch it. It's definitely, yeah, switch it, change from what I from what it was into what it is right now. I well, I lost the train of thought. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that don't give up because you're not perfect today. Keep pushing. Keep pushing, and eventually you'll see progress, just like I am seeing progress in my musical journey. And also that something else that I want to share is that I understood that in order for me to be the kind of musician that I am, there are skills that I need to develop that I don't have yet. And I'm talking about being able to really call myself a classical musician by learning to understand how to read music. Like music theory is a very complicated and beautiful subject that I should be able to master by now, because it's gonna help me. It's gonna help me become a better tool for the craft to come out. And what I'm going to do with that is that I agree with myself that I was going to how do you say that? I was going to connect the need that I have of learning how to play piano, also because I need the skill, and at the same time learn music theory. I try to use those kind of methods, like putting two things together to learn more um, in different subjects. It saves you time, so you might want to consider that in your learning journey. Doesn't matter if it's learning a subject in specific or practicing an instrument or anything like that. Learning overall, I think that would be a good skill for you to have. If you want to, you don't have to listen to me. I'll talk a whole bunch of shit. Probably, it was supposed to be 5 minutes because I'm doing 5 minutes daily, but it came to be 10. So we're doing a good job. We're showing progress. I like that. And I hope you have a great day. Let me know in the comments what you think about the subject and your experience with it. Have a good day.